Jubbly, jubbly. All right. Boom. King's Court MMA 2024 champions picks.
Hmm.
I think we're still on course. Sorry, I'm Obasoggy, by the way, in case you don't know who I am. I'm just going away, rattling away.
Exactly. I'm mad, but you should know by now.
Yeah. Just if you know, you know. If you don't know, get to know.
Get to
Yeah.
know.
So obviously this year we've made it interesting. Remember the little bet we made at the end of last year?
Try trim,
that's that,
saving the trim,
that's
project
that
saving the
hair,
trim.
that's that haircut in the edit. So every beginning of the year, we make our picks on who will be the champion at the end of the year. So we're talking December the 31st, 2024. Who will be the champion of each division in the UFC? And the forfeit is the Brian Kelleher haircut. This is whoever loses must get that cut, and they're gonna spend their Christmas dinner and their New Year's Eve celebration with that haircut in just under 12 months' time. So
Mad.
literally, there's a lot of pressure, and it's needed because we don't just want to make these picks and forget about them. They're going to be a constant talking point. They're going to be a point of bullying at times, a point of encouragement, a point of praise, and a point of boastfulness at multiple points during
Yes.
our content this year. So we thought we'd keep it interesting, hence the bet. We're not betting men in terms of money, but this makes it fun.
Makes it
So
tasty.
again, want to hear your thoughts. Get your picks in. And if you want to get in on the Brian Kelleher haircut, just to like expand the losing pool potentially, please feel free.
That's it. That's it. We love to see it.
Let's go. So let's start from the lightest weight into the division, women's strawweight. Who have you got for your champion at the end of the year? Who's champ now?
Whaley.
Oh, love Whaley. Love Whaley. Hope you see this. I love Whaley. I love her.
Go on, Whaley. You know, this one is, I think a lot of them have been tough, but some of them have been easy for me. This one has been a little bit tough. And I think only because of the next fight that happens, the next title fight there, we're going to see new things. We're going to see actually if there's anybody that can go toe to toe with her. And we're going to see obviously if there's somebody that can overthrow her. I think that will just,
she's confirmed her next fight's confirmed and when
yeah,
for?
yeah, against the number, I think number 3 ranked. Is she? She's number 2 ranked, Yan
Yeah.
Zhao, yeah, Yan Zhao now, and that's what I'm saying. It for me, it boils down to that next fight because potentially the winner of that, I think, will come out into 2024 as champ.
Okay.
Yeah, short and sweet. What am I getting? It's short and sweet. My pick is Zhang Weili.
Right. So they're fighting on the 300 card. So that's the
Yeah.
only, well, aside from BMF, and we'll get to our 300 coverage very soon. But aside from the BMF, that's the only other title fight confirmed. Everything else is speculation.
Yeah.
So I love Whaley. I love her. I think she's like incredible. Just like like speech, all the love. But I think it's the safe bet to go away. I think it makes sense. And I again, one of my favorite champions. And yeah, she's up there as one of my favorites in the UFC. But it would be really boring if for every pick we just went the same. I've done my research, I've done my diligence, and I think we've seen it with the likes of Leon, where sometimes you just need a year to break through. You need the bad luck to end. And when that bad luck ends, you see the diamond in the rough and they separate, they become the cream in the crop. And for strawweight champion, my pick
No, I forgot.
December the 31st,
I forgot.
Tatiana Suarez.
Obviously. Oh, yes. No. No, obviously. What am I talking about? Do you know what I thought? Do you know what I thought she was? I thought she was at flyweight. Oh crap! So is that locked in there?
That's it. You said it on tape.
Undefeated she is
And
still.
I've already signed. I've already put it in locked it in the good old Excel document.
Oh crap! I totally forgot Tatiana Suarez. Obviously, yeah, and yeah, and even Tatiana's boyfriend is Bellator champ. Totally forgot his name now. So she's in a relationship with people that surround her who were champions of that championship mentality as well. Patchy Mix, your guy, your favorite man, Patchy Mix.
Oh,
So yeah, no, great one on that one. Great one.
mate. So yeah, I'm going with Tatiana.
Fair
Yeah, I
play.
just again, she's been unlucky, like you touched on, undefeated. She's coming back. She's on a tear. Um, I genuinely feel like Whaley, I think she'll win at 300 against her fellow countrywoman. Still gutted. I think we called it last year. I'm still gutted that isn't in China because I think that would have been huge. That would have been absolutely huge if she was fighting in China. But even wherever it is, I think she's going to win. And then I think Tatiana's going to put herself in that position where, Whaley's second defense of the year, Tatiana will claim what should have been hers maybe a while ago if it wasn't for like the long-term injuries and the bad luck. So I've gone with Tatiana. I think she's the only person who can beat Whaley. Otherwise, for me, Whaley's untouchable.
Don't look past Yan Janambo. I think that will be
I think it'll
thingy.
be good. I think it'll
Yeah,
be good. But the first time in the headlights can do strange things to people. You just never know.
very true. Very true. Fair dues. I think that's 1-0 to you already.
Not the end of the year yet. Anything can happen.
It's true.
Right, men's flyweight.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Men's flyweight. I'm happy to go first because I call you out there. Don't be cheating with your homework now, though. Don't be hearing my name and then scrubbing it out. And
So I've already got my name for this, but this is easy.
everybody's watching. For me, I, I think again we talked about people's time and so on. I think the champion stays the champion. I think Pantoja stays the champ, and I think he beats Brandon again if required. Again, I think Brandon will never. It's just one of those ones where I just think Brandon will never have his number. I think Pantoja's hunger will keep him again just at that level. Where for me, I see him just being champ this year. Like that's it. just being, the more I know, the more I learn about him and what he's been from. Just like wow, like it's gonna take an army to take that belt off him.
Fair play. Fair play. And hey, that's all that's needed to be said. I think maybe like the last one, I think you may have made a mission, or maybe you've not because obviously you've done your research. My flyweight champion at the end of 2024 is Mohammed Mokaev. And
and,
and
and the only reason why I
mhm,
wouldn't put Mo for this year is I still think ranked at number 8, he's too far away to get a title shot this year. Otherwise, he would have been part of my conversation. That's me personally. I think at number 8, I get it. Sean Strickland became champion. He's ranked 7 at the time. I get it. You get crazy things like that happening, but I don't think he's going to be in a position to jump everyone in the line, considering it's not Brandon with the belt, it's not Figure with the belt, it's somebody who has to do the lap again.
that's very true. That's counting obviously other people that as contenders do their jobs. For me, three fights this year. If he wins his next 2 fights, he gets it at the end of this year.
Is he already booked?
So he was booked. He was booked for March, I think it was. That person is pulled out. Either March or February, that person is pulled out. I think I found out yesterday. So that's up in the air. That was my only reservation, but I'm still going with the boy. Okay.
Oof. Okay, no, I like that because, like I said, he was in my thought process. I just thought he's not gonna get the shot this year, and I know he had some crazy aspirations of like being a champion before. Was it a certain birthday and beating John Jones's record? But I just think being ranked at number 8, just a bit too. If he was maybe top 5, I'd say realistic. 8, considering the killers in front of him, I thought maybe too soon for it to happen this year.
Fair play. Fair play. That's interesting. Okay, that's getting locked in now as we speak.
Yeah, type that in. Mo Makayev, love you, Mo. Big up again. I see him. He's giving us likes and views and so on. So much love to Mohammed Makayev.
Okay,
Right,
my
band
turn.
or not? Women's flyweight. Over to you.
Okay, so I think this one's probably
Who's the
an
champ? Who's the champ? Who's the champ right now?
Lex Aggressor. She's
Ooh.
the champ, and she's had a great 2023, overthrowing the queen of Valentina Shevchenko and cementing herself by beating her the second time, which again,
Also,
bit controversial.
he's also women's pound for pound.
And she's also the women's pound for pound indeed. Which again, I think that's a little bit controversial. Nothing, not to take anything away from Alex Grasso. Short and sweet. My flyweight women's champion, end of 2024, is going to be Erin Blanchfield.
Oh, twinning, twinning, twinning,
It's got
twinning.
to be. It's got to be. Has to be. You know? No disrespect to Grasso.
I actually thought when I was trying to like second guess what you're gonna pick, I was like, he's gonna pick Shevchenko. I actually thought you were gonna pick Shevchenko.
No, I mean, I just feel that the Usman effect, you know, the not Dos Anjos, the Jose Aldo effect. I think it's the same as is happening to Shevchenko, unfortunately, where these guys have been at the top for so long, new blood comes in, takes one to overthrow them, and unfortunately they fizzle. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
I'm happy to twin with you on that.
Yeah. Not much for me to really expand on, but yeah, I think it's the young blood's time. It's Erin's time, and everything she's done the last couple of years have impressed me because she's an absolute beast. She doesn't look it, but oh my gosh, the way she just judo throws people down and just absolutely ragdolls them. You're just like, what? Huh? So I think she's that new breed of MMA fighter we always talk about in terms of the evolution and the people who haven't just learned the sport but were born into the sport because of her age. I think she's going to be a scary problem this year. I just think it's her time. That's it. Yeah. Simple. Right. Let me lock that in from your side. We've got Erin.
Right.
Now we're going to bantamweight. So again, I'll second guess who. I'll go first. I've already second guessed who I think you're gonna go with.
Wait, men's bantamweight, yeah.
Men's bantamweight, yeah. I've analysed the options. Again, talking about time and people who basically held themselves from the opportunity because their buddy was already champ. I think now your buddy hasn't got the gold, dude. Life is short. You need to go all guns blazing. Man like Merab, the machine that he is for me, is bantamweight champion at the end of this year.
Fair play. And hey, I can't argue against that, really and truly. I think this is one of the harder divisions for myself to pick from because there's a lot of people that's coming up. We've got O'Malley versus Marlon Vera soon. We've got Merab there. We've got Davison Figueiredo coming up as well. For me, it was between two people. I had Suga, I had Merab. And I'm going with my boy Sugar Sean O'Malley. It's the Sugar Show, baby. Stop.
You know what I was doing when I do my matrix, like when I get into the zone and I'm doing this is gonna happen and this is gonna happen. Obviously I've never got it right, but I do it anyway. It's not like it works. But I started doing like Marty's gonna pick this person because we know he's like on the sugar train. I'm gonna go here, but then this is gonna happen throughout the year. In my head, Cheeto beat Sugar, shockingly.
No, it's not shocking. It's not shocking.
Shockingly, that's what happens in my head. Sugar loses, then Cheeto beats Cody Sanhagen, and then end of the year, Merab gets his shot, then he gets the belt. That's literally what's happening in my head.
Merab gets the next shot, by the way. Has to. But and for me, it's weird because for me, if Cheeto beats Sean, Cheeto's their number one. I think Cheeto has a better chance of beating Merab than Sean O'Malley. I really do. But Sean's the man.
So you got Sean and the
Let's go, baby.
My Excel keeps moving. I should have already typed this one in, really, innit? I shouldn't even had to wait for you to say it. I should have just typed it.
No, it was very tight. It was very tight.
Lovely. And then we've got the vacant women's bantamweight championship. I think our previous video where we previewed UFC 297, I kind of alluded to who I see with as the champ by the end of this year. I see Mayra Bueno Silva as the champ. I see her winning it against Raquel. And then I see her doing what she needs to do against Pena when Pena comes back and ending the year as the champion.
Interesting. Very interesting, because there's two people for me. There's obviously my girl Pena, love Pena, and there's also Irene Aldana as well. Now,
the reason why I'm not going out there now, I don't think she didn't handle the headlock. Obviously, she's got the experience now, but when she had that title shot, I was very, very, very disappointed in her in everything. Like, I get who she's fighting against, but oh my goodness, she didn't even make him competitive. So that's why I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that's still. Also, I'll let you say your picking, and I'll share another little caveat I've got in the back of my mind, which if it was next year, I would have thrown it out there, but I think it's too soon for it to be this year.
yeah, dude, that's interesting. I mean, and I was very, very close to picking Irene Aldana, you know, that fight of the year. I think he got fight of the year, I think, as well against
her. Of course, yeah. Oof.
That was horrid. Oof. But she's been champion before. She's got the experience. She knows what to do when it comes to the ground. Juliana Pena.
The queen of cringe.
Lock and load, baby. Henry's crowned her queen of cringe.
Has he? Or I thought I had.
Oh, right. No. I'm just saying because he is, but yeah, you have indeed.
Gosh. So you've got Juliana. So, Mike, now that's locked in. If we were 12 months in the future now,
yep,
I would have been going Tatiana Suarez for champ status.
You'd have been getting bonus points for that as well, because that's
that's what I would have been going. But for me to be calling someone champ, that for me they need at least one belt this year. I think she's just about going to win the one belt, but then I would say give her another 12 months of being strawweight champ. I could see her then, like, you know. No, not straw.
But there's one in between, though. That's the thing. Strawweight is in between. Flyweight's in between.
She's big, and I'm hearing like the amount of weight she cuts, she's like razor thin.
Well, that's it. That's the thing. I didn't think she was that strawweight. I thought she was.
Well, there you go. You completely, you were like, when I went, what? You were like shocked, exactly. So I wouldn't be surprised if she went champ at like one and then skipped one and then another the next one.
That would be very interesting.
She is that big for me on the eye. She is that big.
Yeah, she's huge for the weight class. It's true.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Featherweight. Volk's division.
Okay. I think this one is it. Okay, 10 minutes to go. I think this one is. I had two again. I had two, and it all comes down to the next title fight between Volk and Ilia Topuria. And I think Topuria is that good. I really do. I really do. And I think Topuria can possibly beat Volk. It's crazy to think, but I think he can. Even if not first time, maybe second time if he gets another chance. But I'm gonna go safe and pick Volk. I don't know if it's the smartest thing to do though, but yeah, Volk for me.
Am I locking that in?
Lock that in, please. Yeah.
Alexander Volk Kanowski. And everything you just did, I want to reverse it quite easy and go Ilia. Because you kind of touched on it. I think it's new blood season. And I think I've always said, what's my number one statement? Don't sleep on Volk. Don't sleep on Volk. Now I just think you touched on it about certain champions hitting a certain plateau, and then it just takes one, and then it's that downward trajectory. The common denominator with that plateau and when it happens is age 35. That's precisely when it happens.
What is he?
Check it out.
What is Volk?
Mm-hmm. 35, bro. He's 35.
He is. Fair play. Fair play.
So for me, it's going to be the younger man. I think he wins it. I think Volk gets the rematch. I think he beats Volk again. He's going to have to beat Volk twice to solidify his status as champion this year. So I think he does that twice this year and ends the year as champ.
100%. And it's a weird one because I think if he beats Volk the first time, I think he loses the second time. I think if Volk beats him first time and he comes back, end of the year, I think he beats. I don't know why, but I think he beats Volk second time. But anyway, moving on. I like that. Interesting.
Moving on. Okay, men lightweight. Oh yeah, it's me. Yeah, easy. Pound for pound, potentially still pound for pound end of the year. Islam Makhachev. Can't look past him. For me, it was the easiest one.
Was it the easiest one? Okay. For me, the only thing that skewed my decision, that was skewing my decision is if the UFC allowed him to do this champ rubbish, because I don't think he's active enough to keep both divisions happy. I really hope they don't, because I really think that there's enough welterweight contenders for them to do it, and I don't think Islam's done enough yet. Otherwise, I would have gone for somebody else, but I think that they won't give him the chance. So it's went in there. Islam Makhachev.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he gets champ opportunity this year.
Mm.
Considering how much fun, and I get it was someone else coming up last year, but they gave him his year of fun. He fought Volk twice, so like, come on, like just keep the division ticking over now.
It's very true.
At least for a year, then we'll look after you again. Boom, welterweight. Over to you. We've got Leon Rocky Edwards as the champ.
This is the hardest it's been. Everything else from here is easy for me. This is the hardest it's been. I'm just gonna say it. Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Ooh, Shavkat Sanko. Leon's losing the belt.
Why
UK's very own. Oh, how can you do that to Team Renegade? Just when they were going to invite us to come and spend a week with them, and you got them taking the belt off Leon.
I'm not answering any questions that could be clipped out and make me look a certain way. Your pick, please.
Oh, for me, Leon destroys Bilal, puts him to bed, puts that conversation away whenever it happens. If it's 300, whatever, he deads that. I just think he's got too much for him. Already proved that in the first fight. Eye poke was unfortunate. I think he puts that away nicely as well, in style. Shavkat is a problem. If it wasn't for Shavkat, for me, Leon is untouchable in that division. Shavkat is a massive problem. I'm with you. I think if they fight this year, Shavkat takes the belt. The only way Leon keeps the belt this year is if the Shavkat fight, for example, is January next year, whatever. So for me, Shavkat gets that shot. He gets the belt. So Shavkat ends this year as welterweight champion.
Fair play, twin in there.
Double on Shavkat. Right, middleweight. Obviously, we've covered the championship fight for this weekend, which is Strickland versus DDP. I'm going to throw a name out there because, again, been a bit unlucky. You met the man himself just last weekend, and I think he's going to have a little bit more of an active year this year. He's operating at middleweight level. I think it's his time. It's boss time. It's Khamzat time to end the year as the middleweight champion. And he'll be crowned in Abu Dhabi, probably on a card where Islam is defending.
I've made a miscalculation. I've made a miscalculation. No. You love this, man. Fair play. Fair play. I sort of forgot a little bit about Khamzat. But do you know what? Do you know who do you think I would have gone with?
Who?
Yeah.
I think you got Izzy.
Damn right. Return of the Mac. Hungrier than ever. Thirsty. Not thirsty, hungry for that title. He comes and he puts on a show. He comes back with that Powhatan second MMA fight energy, and everyone's in trouble. Everyone.
So you reckon because DDP in your mind wins the belt, that brings Izzy back out. Izzy comes back, does his thing, beats DDP.
Whether it's DDP, whether it's Strickland, he comes back, he avenges or beats DDP.
Okay.
And I need DDP to win as well because that'll be a massive fight.
Okay, interesting. Right, middleweight boxed off. Over to you to cover off light heavyweight.
Okay, light heavyweight.
Powhatan champion at the moment, Alex Pereira.
Okay, Powhatan is. I've not gone with Powhatan though. It's been a bit hard not to go with Powhatan. Not because he's been talked about going up to heavyweight, because there's another man that I've stuck with for a long time, and I don't think people still know the levels that he operates at and the levels he can get to. Is the man
because of the injury that hit him as soon as he won the belt. I know exactly who you're gonna go for, 100%.
You don't know me.
Saying for years, 100%. I'll leave the occasion for you, sir.
Sweet dreams, Jamal Hill.
Obviously.
Yeah.
What bemuses me, because they still haven't got a date. Obviously, we know Jamal Hill's next. Mm-hmm. Nothing's been confirmed, and I'm like, oh, that's what bugs me. So, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole of calling out. And I know you know, obviously these are all predictions anyway, but of calling out fighters who are technically not active because of injury or still recovery. So I had to, for my sanity, take Jamal Hill out of the equation. Just go, look, just pretend he's not in the picture, because he's not fighting at the moment and nothing's been announced. Mm-hmm. Look at the rest of the division. Do you know what? It was a hard one because I looked at the division. Again, I really like Yuri. Love Yuri, but my gosh, like what Powhatan did to him, I was like, man, why? I don't even want to put Yuri back in that mix. I think, yeah, it was a bit of a hard one, but I'm just gonna try and make it short. I'm sticking with Powhatan end of this year.
Hey.
I'm sticking with Powhatan Senator champ end of this year. Ankalaev could have got a look in. He was close, but yeah, I like Powhatan. So I think, I just thought, I like this guy. He's just a character without even meaning to be a character. And I want him to just have a run where he's just like, he's got the belt for a period of time, as opposed to just constantly winning the belt. Long story short, after all that stuttering, I'm sticking with Powhatan, Alex Pereira, light heavyweight champion, end of the year.
That's interesting.
It was hard though. It's all the stuttering.
That could be the difference between you being Kelleher and no Kelleher.
No BK for me, man. No BK for me. Right. This is a hard one, but I have to count it because it's a belt that exists right now. So I've counted heavyweight interim. It's a belt. It exists right now. There is a heavyweight interim title holder. So you can't discount it. So you can say so effectively you can say there won't be one, or you can name a name.
Well, that means I can get no, because I'm going to name a name. I'm going to get 2 picks then. And if either of my 2 picks be titles, I want points.
No, but if you name a name, they have to be interim or or the heavy, or if you name her name with interim, they've got to be the interim champion. If you name her name as heavyweight, they've got to be the heavyweight champion. You can't just name a name and they say, yeah, they can take 2 belts. I'm just giving Tom Aspinall the respect because I don't think we should do this and go, oh yeah, we can't talk about interim. Because at the moment, there's an interim champion. It's Tom Aspinall. Champion has a name. Put some respect on his name. And there's also a heavyweight champion, and that's John Jones. You have to name them both.
No, I think we have one pick. We pick who the champion's going to be. If they're interim or heavyweight, whichever, or unified, you get a point. You get one pick. That's it.
Heavyweight is unified though.
Heavyweight is not unified because there's an interim. It's not unified. That's the whole. It's actually not unified. They de-unified it by creating that belt.
Yeah, true.
You go for well. I can do either way. I can do either way. But
I will. So I'll cover off exactly. So I literally think the UFC have screwed themselves here. I think nothing will change. I think Tom Aspinall will still be the interim champion. Whether I hope and I don't think he'll defend it because it will be stupid for him to defend it. And I think John Jones will still be waiting on what's his face on the Stipe fight. Literally, I think the heavyweight division is going to be on pause for a whole year because of this mess. So that's why I'm calling out. That's why I'm still saying there will be an interim and a heavyweight title. Obviously, you can go against it. So it's up to you whether you go interim or heavyweight or both or whatever.
Fair play. That's interesting. The last one's had a bit of spice, obviously. I've got tied between 2. I think it will be unified. I think John Jones Stipe happens this year. I think John Jones wins. I think John Jones walks into the sunlight. And then I think Aspinall needs to fight. I only think Aspinall gets 1, maybe 2 fights this year. I'm going with Tom Aspinall.
As heavyweight.
But that's because I don't think he fights Jayton Almeida. But I'm going with Tommy Aspinall. Unified.
So on that, to cover the bases, I'm going to put Tom Aspinall for you as heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
And as it's unified, I'm putting him down as your interim as well. So that covers you. That's a unified belt, technically.
Thank you.
So worst case scenario, if my weird scenario comes true, you get half a point because you still got Tom Aspinall as as interim.
But what, you'd get a full point?
Yeah, because I called out the scenario.
No, then let me call out all the scenarios for the rest of the 13 that we've just been through. Nah, we get 1 and 1 only. But I'll give you, if Tom is full, unified, you get a point. I'll give you that.
All right, fair dues. Right, there are picks for 2024.
Yes.
Interestingly, I think we're not aligned. It's going to be interesting. We'll obviously follow the results, the picks on the screen, but obviously women's flyweight, we've got a nice alignment there on Erin Blanchfield. Both picked Islam, both picked Shavkat. And then, that heavyweight picture kind of muddies the waters there, but we're aligned-ish. But yeah, it's going to be tasty. It's going to be tasty this year.
Call your barber, that's all I'm going to say.
You think I'm going to a barbershop to leave looking like that? I'm doing it myself, bruv. But going barbershop, doing that in public.
He's going to come and save you, that's all.
That's a DIY job. No chance. But that was our 2024 UFC Championship picks. Up on the screen for you. Like I said before, get in the comments, let us know your thoughts. Who is chatting absolute gas? Who is spot on? Put your own picks in there. We will save your picks and put the comments BK if you're up for the bet.
BK.
Let's get some content going at the end of this year. But again, we'll get this out and hopefully in terms of timing, we're going to be at the Octagon event next weekend. I'm looking forward to it in Newcastle. Dennis aside, who else are you excited to see, Mardy? Who else should be? Oh, it's Cartwright. Oh my gosh, that's going to be tasty.
Cartwright, yeah.
Some nice bad blood there, which started in the last UK event that we attended.
Exactly. That's for me, that's probably my favorite that I'm looking forward to. Also, Jake McHugh versus Armand Herzog in the second fight, because they fought in the Octagon Challenge as well. That's gonna be funny. Really quickly, Armand beat Jake, slept him with a submission, and he was on the floor KO'd. Sorry, on the floor submitted. They were both on a press conference or somebody's online interview, both together. And you can have Zoom backgrounds as different things. Armand was there with a Zoom background of Jake asleep. And it was just like the disrespect, I tell you. But we know he's funny. He sat with us, in the Manchester one anyway. But the Irish one. But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to seeing both of them.
Awesome. And just to wrap up as well, again, giving the Octagon organization some love. Man like Brian Lacey, our mentor to be. We're going to sign you up as our mentor. Thank you very much for getting our questions out to George Staines last week in a fantastic interview. If you haven't seen that, check that out on the Octagon UK channel. Obviously, George Staines, a great character, talking about his Christmas Lego set and what's coming next for him. Exciting things for that young man. But yeah, obviously all roads lead to Newcastle. His last opponent, Dennis, who's given us lots of time in Manchester top team gym. Looking forward to seeing his redemption song next Saturday. Can't wait.
Nice one. Let's go.
Boom. But we're King's Court MMA. It's your guy Obasogi.
It's your guy Mardy.
Over and out. Peace.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times.
On the fence. I'm on the fence.
We don't need to talk about
we left hook from Yaoundé came and landed on him, so